attach meaning to your life, but that meaning is yours and yours alone. It's not objective. It's not an absolute.
What is up, guys? John Killingsworth here, and this video I thought I'd give you something that perhaps you were asking about, wondering about. It most probably crossed your mind if you've been following my channel for a while now. What is up, right, with this mask? Why do I wear it? One reason is that, well, I kind of always wanted to be a superhero. I'm inspired from Batman because he rose from the darkness, and kind of like this the black of the mask is kind of inspired by Batman. Another reason is I've been inspired by V for Vendetta, Anonymous. You guys have seen Anonymous, right? I love the superhero archetype of the hero that just does good for the sake of doing good, that saves the world just to save it, and they don't care whoever knows who's behind the mask. Does V for Vendetta care to show the world who he is? Who's the guy behind the mask? He doesn't care. Does Batman even care that people acknowledge him? Not really. And I thought it was kind of cool. Another reason why I wear this mask is because, well, it allows me, actually that's a big one, it allows me to take decisions regardless of my self-image, right? So with this mask, it's kind of a gimmick, I guess, but it allows me to, post content, not being afraid that my self-image is going to change, right? That people are going to hate on me. Like, they're not hating on me, quote unquote. They're hating on the idea. They're not attacking me, they're attacking the idea. Or even, they're not praising me. They're not validating me. They're just validating the idea. They're not encouraging me, they're just encouraging the idea. So kind of this distance allows me to, I guess, think more objectively with my ideas, be less emotionally attached to how I look. And it makes me care less about what other people think. Because, hey, who the fuck knows who's behind the mask? It kind of turned into this symbol, my brand. So it's kind of hard to get rid of it, because now when you see the thumbnail with this face on, then you know it's Nameless. So if I were to remove the mask, you wouldn't know. So it's kind of became my brand now. That's another reason, by the way. Another reason why I wear this mask is because it's kind of to humble myself. It's to remind myself that behind this mask, I'm just this regular person. If you look at most superheroes in movies that wear the mask, if they remove the mask, they're just some regular person. The guy from Spider-Man, I forgot his name. Without the mask, what does he do? He just walks, he goes to school, right? You saw the first Spider-Man. He goes to school, he gets bullied by bullies. He likes this girl very much. He doesn't know how to get her, right? Regular person. So it's kind of this, to remind myself that, hey, I am a human being. I am a normal person behind this mask. And no matter what identity you assign to me, it doesn't, whatever image you have of me doesn't matter. Another reason why I wear this mask is because, well, it's to remind you that, hey, the person behind this mask, it could be anyone. Could be your neighbor right now, like the guy living next to you. Not to sound creepy or anything. Or I could be some guy in your city. Maybe you know exactly who I am. Because I know I've seen some of you that have been following my channel and commenting on my Facebook group, whatever, liking my page. I've known you in person outside of YouTube, and you didn't even know. It actually happened to me one time. Like, this guy, he was following me, and he was like, hey man, I love your videos, they're so good. And then I messaged him, I'm like, dude, you know who I am. Like, we hung out together in college. He's like, what? I'm like, yeah, you know exactly who I am. And then I told him who I was. He's like, oh shit, what? It's you? Like, he was freaking out. It was funny because as soon as I revealed that it was me, like, the entire magic just disappeared. Like, he didn't see me as a star anymore. He didn't see me as like this like crazy guru person. He just saw me as like, oh, that's the guy I've known in college. So it's completely flipped. Insane, huh? It just shows the power of the internet. When I put a mask on the internet, that's kind of the power of it. It's to remind myself that with the power of the internet, you can become who you want. If I want to become this piece of mask right here, this piece of plastic, I can become it. Just because, I decided like, hey, you know what? My identity can be anything I want. That's another reason why I wear this mask, is to remind myself that my identity is formless and independent of my outside appearance, of my face, or of whatever image any other people has of me. If I were born in some other country, I would have been named something else. I would have had different friends. I would have had a different self-confidence, different ways of speech, different language. Maybe I wouldn't even know English. When I started this channel, like my very first video in like 2014 or something, like my GoPro vids, I kind of like the idea of just kind of, I film the world from my perspective and never show my face. Why? So then through my POV videos, you could become this character. You could be me, right? From the POV perspective. The FPS shooter Doom, it's called first person shooter, and you're like shooting monsters, whatever, and they never say the character's name in the game. Why do they never say the name? Because they want the character to be anyone. They want to put the emphasis that anyone can be this character. Why doesn't he have a name? Because you are the character, you are him. Same with me. Why do the GoPro videos I don't show my face ever? So you are the character, you are the person in the video. You are that person talking to all those girls, having a blast. That was the initial idea of Nameless. I didn't even think of a mask. The idea of the mask came a little later, like a few months later. Another reason why I wear this mask is because kind of to separate my public life from my personal life, kind of like be this monk type of thing where I can be able to live my normal life. One thing that worried me on the path towards success is that as my channel grew bigger, I would be afraid that people would want to be friends with me just for the image they had of me, just for the putting me on a pedestal type of thing. Be friends with me just to, get something from me because I had this audience or something, this success. Thinking long term, I'm like, hey, I didn't want that to happen, that people would just... I have a hard time with people that put others on a pedestal because it's hard to relate. It's hard to be friends with that person because they always think you're, this god or something. It's like, no, I'm not. So yeah, it was kind of to avoid all those things. Another reason why is because, well, I'm going to put forth controversial ideas. I'm going to put forth things that like people don't necessarily want to talk about. And that's a little difficult and stuff like that. If I were to offend the wrong person, and then I want to look up for jobs or something, right? And then they find out about my YouTube channel, like, oh, how to manipulate an abusive boss, who? And then my future employer sees that, he's probably going to freak out and never hire me. So, kind of like to protect my professional image in the future. Another reason why I wear this mask is because, well, it's to remind us that everyone wears a mask. And the difference with me is that I decided, hey, I'm wearing a mask right now. Look at it. I am wearing it right now. Many YouTubers are very authentic with their viewers. That's how they connect with them. That's how people like them. Hey, even if they are authentic on camera, even if they're like truthful on camera, like a part of what you see on camera is not them. Like at least maybe a 5%. Like when they turn off the camera, they're a little different. It's not the same exact individual. And it'll always be like this on any type of social media there is. If you wanted to meet me in person, let's say you came to my city or I went to your city and you wanted to meet me, of course I would take off the mask. Of course I would talk to you like a regular person. But it's just to remind you, like, public image versus private image is a completely different thing. So anytime I put a camera on, even if you feel this connection with me, even if it feels very authentic, and I'm trying to be as authentic as I can, it'll never be 100% the same as if the camera was turned off, as if I was waking up in the morning tired, not wanting to do what I have to do today, or at night when I'm trying to fall asleep and I can't because I'm thinking about like whatever depressing things, or in the middle of the day when I'm exercising and I'm focused on my exercising. I'm not like the same person as on camera. Another reason why I wear this mask, and now we're going into a bit more personal territory, I was always a shy person. It might not seem like it because I'm talking to the camera right now and I'm like, I can talk with a good intonation and be confident and everything, right? But no, when I started off on this journey to self-development, I was really shy. I wasn't able to be very confident. I couldn't speak very loudly. I would speak very meekly. And one big thing with me is I had a very hard time being vulnerable with others. Fear of intimacy. For example, in college, I was the guy that was able to talk to everyone, befriend everyone, I guess, be acquaintance with everyone, but I was unable to turn them into real friends. So they would just kind of know me. I would walk around school, like talk to every single person there and, kind of be social with them. But I was never able to make the second step and befriend them. And I still have this problem today. A lot of problem, actually. Making that second step into friendship, becoming close with them. I have this fear of vulnerability. I'm kind of afraid to be vulnerable on camera, not just on camera, but in person too, right? If I were to open up to you right now, it would be very difficult for me. And maybe that's why I wear this mask. Not just with you guys, but with people, like new people I meet, it's hard for me to be fully authentic right away. I can be, but I try my best. I really try my best to be as authentic and vulnerable as I can. And I'm sure, like, hey, if this mask can help me, communicate my ideas without like judgment of myself, it makes me feel safe in some ways. Like, hey, I can open up, and it doesn't matter. No one's gonna know that it's me behind it. Yeah, it's kind of my secret. That might be one reason why. It's because I'm afraid in some sense. I'm afraid of what others think. So those are the main reasons why I wear a mask. So I mostly make this video so like for everyone that will comment, why do you wear a mask? I can literally just link that video to them. I don't need to put a very lengthy comment. And I'm sure some people wanted to know why I wear this mask. I'll make a new video like very soon about like why did I do Nameless? What was the origins of Nameless? And I'll open up a little bit more about my story and my family's story, because there's a lot to be said here. Leave your comments below because I read every single one of them. I reply to every single comment, so don't forget to subscribe, click on the bell so you receive all my videos that I post every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. All right? So I'll see you next time. Peace.